Trying to draw out the oil, if there at all is anything in here, by heating up the casting. Where I'm applying the Rulon. Of course, this has been milled off, and I've milled it rough so I can get a good grip for the glue. And first I will put the Rulon on the horizontal flats here, and then on the side, yeah, it'll be this side. And I use brake cleaner to get, well, to clean it off totally. So just letting it drip off like that. And like that, we have two strips which shall be glued on, and I have to press down, of course, on that. I use super epoxy, actually from a local infamous chain, cheap store concept called Biltema. But anyway, I use this because I think it's actually okay glue. And mix up enough in one go. Should be more than enough. I use two of these. These are actually from tile making, or sorry, wooden floor making, like distance pieces. So it's important not to mix these, of course. That. Okay. I like this because I think it's easy to spread it out evenly with this plastic spatula, whatever you call that. And then these strips also, and I use brake cleaner on them too. I am terribly disorganized. Sorry for that. And it's on the, in this case on the Rulon, on the brown side. Okay, that was one. And that was two. Now uses some paper on here. Like so. And the same here. Like that. I like to cut it here so I know that I have some control over where the Rulon is. Otherwise it's easy that it slips too far off. Okay. Now I put on these hold down clamps, trying to put them in the middle. And then some weights. Now it is important that it doesn't slip. It stays in place. And then we'll leave it there overnight. Well, I'll put a sandwich of different things on top here. This is how it looks like, semi-prepared, or at least leave them on the paper. So of course there's a long way of cleaning here to get to the to where we want it to be. But we'll get there. So to speak, we've been here before. Okay. So here the piece is again in a semi-finished state. I didn't plan to forget to plug the holes, so I have some work to do there. Otherwise it turns out okay. See, there's a little bit of residue here, but that knife will take that away. I have now drilled the holes and tapped them. This one I think was tapped. So then I will make oil grooves with my tool here. Just a screwdriver that has been made into a tool. And then you just carry on until you're through. So I have pre-qualified or qualified that I have good spotting underneath here, and I'll just prove the flatness of this piece, and I do that by measuring across here, so I can put an indicator on here and go across. So I have 0, all across there, maybe a tad higher. That could be the surface flatness here, which I just roughly took down. Can try to do the same on the other side. Just of course have to switch this over like that. So you see it's 0. No, I had a high spot there, 100s. Apart from that, it seemed to be 0 all the way. So I'm fairly happy with the undersides, that they are 0. So I did one more and rubbing again. Don't feel any particular place it hinges, so then we'll see. As you can see, it's quite okay, at least I think so, with markings all over, apart from the place here. And I can safely leave it there. I can also relieve it in the middle, like I did with the other, with the former Myford, namely that I relieve this area here, so that I'm sure that it doesn't rock. However, I can also leave it as is, I think. And now I have first milled off, then glued, and applied the Rulon, of course, and then had to mill down the Rulon so it is measured flat to the table again before I scraped. So that was also kind of a procedure. I think I will say I'm soon finished there. The coverage is good. Also relieve the area here. And I'll just leave that blemish there, and there a little blemish untouched. Yeah, I think so. It's a little bit shy here. Can give it a couple of scrapes more, but again, I don't see the point. And what I intend to do then is to put a strip of Rulon here too, so that it'll be glued like that and scraped, so that I will use this to make up the contact to the rear bedway there. That's my plan, and then the gib here, of course, on the other side, and then I have space there for the, I mean, it's air there, so maybe I'll use some thinner Rulon, we'll see. And then the way I will clamp it is, I think I'll clamp it here, so that it'll rest in place there while gluing, I mean.